the issue becomes is where I hear a lot of people, let's say, for example, on Lent, I ask them, what are you giving up? Oh, I'm giving up Coke. I'm giving up chocolate. I'm giving up drinking. I'm giving up, they're giving up something that is pleasurable. And although I applaud that and respect that, I question whether or not that is the best use of sacrificing something you're giving up. In other words, you are going to suffer something you find pleasurable as a show or sign of your faith. So the reality is that really a sacrifice? It brings you pleasure, so it's a bonus, but you're going to try to go without it. And so you're kind of actually back to where you were. And then as soon as the Lenten season's over, or whatever, the Ramadan season's over, you go back to doing the chocolate, the soda, the alcohol. You go back to what you gave up. So you really didn't sacrifice much. If you're going to go through the steps to make these sacrifices, why not give up something that is actually hurting you or holding you back or preventing you from becoming the best person you can possibly become? Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the End-to-End Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Yun Win, also known as the Ninja or Prolific Ninja by my family and friends. And because my fans are my friends, you can call me Ninja too. This is the End-to-End Podcast, the Alpha to the Omega, the beginning to the end, talking about life, motivation, drive, success, self-improvement, and offering you morsels in this all-you-can-eat buffet called life. Back in the studio, it's actually Saturday as I'm recording this. We're recording this early. Because by the time you hear this, I'm actually at a conference next week in Raleigh, North Carolina, the science of PFAS, P-F-A-S. My law firm is the headline sponsor, so got to be there for the entire week learning about PFAS, the forever chemical causing cancer. So a little bit about that in a minute. But before I begin, I'm going to start the podcast as I start every day. If you're new to the show, I'm a doctor, lawyer, business guy. I have a multi-million-dollar law firm helping thousands of people have a multi-million-dollar valued healthcare technology platform and crypto project, various other projects that we're bringing online. Excited to share with you as we progress. But with that, every morning when I wake up, open my eyes, I thank God and the universe for another day to hopefully be great and inspire just one person through this podcast or through my daily interactions. Just want to inspire one person on a daily basis to live to their fullest potential and see their success. And with that, I want to thank you all for following and supporting the show. You know, I do this on my own dime, on my own time. I write the checks, cut the checks to the team here that brings all of this free content to you, okay? And so the way this works is on a karmic balance exchange, which means I'm giving you this free game on a weekly basis and then also on the daily reels, okay? If you grow from this information or if you apply it or if you share it and somebody else grows or whatever, right? Restore that karmic balance. Don't owe me that debt. Don't owe me that karmic debt. All you got to do is share the show. Share the show, or you can go and support any of my projects. Go to westlooplaw.com, my law firm. Go to Cura, C-U-R-A, connector.com. That's the health IT platform. Our CEO, Candace, just got back from HIMSS last week from Las Vegas. Great conference. Tens of thousands of people. We were the only platform there that do what we do. So if you want to learn about it, go to curaconnector.com. Go to legacyxtoken.com, okay? And most importantly, go to pfasinjuryattorney.com. That's the campaign we're working on right now where we're helping hundreds of cancer families, affected by cancer against this chemical called PFAS, P-F-A-S. The forever chemical doubles the risk of cancer. 99% of Americans have it in our blood already. So if you know somebody affected, please do. Direct them to the website, pfasinjuryattorney.com or PFAS Lawyer on X. Reach out to us because we're trying to help as many people as we can. And that's going to restore that balance, okay? About today's episode, you know, my Muslim friends just started Ramadan. Happy Ramadan. My Christian and Catholic friends just started Lent. So happy Lent. And so it's interesting that coincidingly both faiths are in the kind of repentance mode right now, right? Reflection and all that. And I applaud that. You know, I respect all religions, all faiths. I'm more of a spiritual guy than a specific religion guy. And the reason for that is because I grew up in a unique balance between Eastern and Western culture, right? So Buddhism and Christianity. And, essentially what I've determined in my age, and this is personal to me, nothing against any of the religions. I respect all of them, and I respect the people that practice their faith and their religion. But what I've determined is that each religion is kind of like a Venn diagram, right? There are things that are unique to each faith, and then there are things that overlap, right? And what I've found is that in the Venn diagram, if you don't know what that is, it's like, different pockets. You draw circles of pockets of different characteristics or traits or subject matters, and where they overlap is where, common philosophies are. And, like do well to your fellow man, respect your parents, respect God or the Lord or whatever you believe in, don't steal, don't murder, all these things, right? There's a common overlap, and that's where I sit, actually. So my faith system, my belief system, personally to me, wraps around that area where all faiths of the world overlap. And I guess that's why I get along with so many people, because, I understand. I put myself in their perspective. And so I respect all faiths and religions. So for all of you out there, in Ramadan, Lent, much respect out of all of that. But to the point of the podcast is, during this period, most people are reflecting. Some people are just practicing, so they're doing things because that's just the way it is. But in both sets, Ramadan, you're fasting during daylight hours. And Lent, you're giving up something, right? And in both instances, you're sacrificing as a sign of, walking the path of introspection, of making yourself better. But the issue is where I hear a lot of people, let's say, for example, on Lent, I ask them, what are you giving up, right? You're supposed to give up something for the Lenten season. Oh, I'm giving up Coke. I'm giving up chocolate. I'm giving up drinking. I'm giving up, they're giving up something that is pleasurable. Okay? And although I applaud that and respect that, is that I question whether or not that is the best use of sacrificing something you're giving up. In other words, the suggestion here is you are going to suffer something you find pleasurable as a show or sign of your faith. Okay? So the reality is that really a sacrifice? It brings you pleasure, so it's a bonus, but you're going to try to go without it. And so you're kind of actually back to where you were. And then as soon as the Lenten season's over, or whatever, the Ramadan season's over, you go back to doing the chocolate, the soda, the alcohol. You go back to what you gave up. So you really didn't sacrifice much, or didn't learn from the sacrifice, in my opinion. Okay? Same thing with Ramadan, except I don't know that the Muslim faith that much or that well to know the dynamics of the fasting period during sunlight hours. But at the same time, you're giving up food as a sacrifice, as a introspective spiritual path. Love it all. Okay? My concept here is, if you're going to go through the steps to make these sacrifices, okay? This applies more in the Lenten season in the Christianity faith than anything else. Why not give up something that is actually hurting you, or holding you back, or preventing you from becoming the best person you can possibly become? Well, what do you mean? What are you talking about? For example, let's say, for example, we all know from math, a negative times a negative is actually a positive. So when I went through a journey practicing a Catholic faith, I would try to give up something negative. For example, I'm not going to read today. I'm going to give up the not. Or, for example, I'm not going to the gym for the next 40 days. I'm not going to watch 30 minutes of a self-improvement podcasts, like the End-to-End podcast, for 30 days or 40 days. You see, when it's I'm not going to the gym, it means you're actually going to go to the gym. I'm not going to read today, which means you're going to go read. You're still giving up something. You know what you're giving up? You're giving up comfort. And that's what it's all about. You're not giving up pleasure. What kind of sacrifice is giving up pleasure? If you give up comfort, that is the true sacrifice. Right? A full belly is comfortable. So I get it in Ramadan. Give up food, you're uncomfortable. Right? I'm not going to the gym for 40 days, which means you're going to get your ass up and go to the gym if you're true to your faith. I'm not going to not do the project, which means you're going to do the project. I'm not going to help people today, which means you're actually going to go help people. See, the two negatives make a positive. And so if you're giving up something, why not give something up that you're not doing and go do it? Because then after 40 days, what's going to happen? It's going to be programmed almost in your daily routine, your daily habit. Right? If you go 40 days straight of going to the gym on day 41, are you just going to sit back? No, you're going to feel compelled to go to the gym. If you go 40 days straight reading a book, however many pages, whatever, after day 41, are you just going to stop? No, you're already in it. Right? So I encourage you to think about this period when if you're true to your faith, sacrificing, etc., to think about, I don't know if you can switch gears in the middle of it because it's already started, the season's already started, but think about it in terms of giving up something that is holding you back. I'm not going to seek a mentor. I'm not going to put an extra hour of work. I'm not going to procrastinate. Wait, no, that's wrong. That one you can say, I'm not going to procrastinate. So there's no two negatives. But the point being is giving up something that you're not doing that is holding you back would be the point to get you out of your comfort zone as the sacrifice to get you in a better position when the season is done. When Ramadan's over, when the Lord has risen again, if you're Christian. Okay? So, this time, I respect everybody who's making a spiritual or faith sacrifice in this period. Ramadan, Lent, it's fantastic. I think overall, globally, it'll heal the world, heal relationships, heal humanity. But if you're going to go through it productively for yourself. Yeah, I applaud giving up soda, chocolate, I'm giving up pasta, I'm giving up this, that brings you pleasure. I get it. That's easy, though. And we know success is not easy. It's hard. Very, very freaking hard. So why not give up comfort in one area of your life by giving up not doing something that's holding you back? And go do it. And go do it. Whatever it is. If I were you, I would suggest not going to the gym. Give that up and go to the gym. Health and fitness will revamp your entire world. I promise you, if you just do it. So if you're going to sacrifice 30, 45 minutes of your day and hit the gym. I'm not going to the gym for Lent, which means you're going to go. What other motivation or drive is there or inspiration is there than your own personal faith and relationship with who you believe in? You make that promise and you don't do it. All right, man. End of the day, you got to answer to someone or something or somebody. Well, you promised that you were not going to the gym for that 2025 Lenten season, but you didn't do it. Yeah, it's accountability to yourself spiritually. I respect all of it. So during this time, I wish everybody practicing their faith a fruitful, productive, introspective, spiritual, a positive spiritual journey on their path in their faith. This topic struck me this morning because it's on a Saturday. It's kind of throwing me off. But, I have a lot of friends that are Muslim, and I have a lot of friends that are Christian, and they're all going through it, and I respect all of it. And so with that, happy Ramadan, happy Lenten season. We're all healing through this journey together. And, for me, it's all about inspiration and inspiring people. And hopefully this concept or this perspective on sacrifice will inspire you to go do it. And then by the end of Easter, or by the end of Ramadan, you would have become a better person for it and moving on your path to success. So happy Ramadan, happy Easter season, Lenten season. Glad to be back in the studio, bringing you a very brief one today, actually, because I got to pack my stuff and get ready to go to North Carolina. So with that, I'm going to end the show as I end all my days. Before I close my eyes, put my phone down and check out for the day, I always thank God in the universe for what? Another day to hopefully have done something great, but more importantly, inspire just one person to live to their fullest controllable potential. It's kind of like my law firm's mission, right? I just got my data yesterday. It's about changing people's lives and inspiring people and leaving an impact and a legacy through that way. If you focus on that, the money, the success, all that will come. Well, last year, I was shocked because from a personal injury perspective, just motor vehicle crashes, we helped change the lives of 455 clients last year. We cut them checks, 455 people, which is astonishing to me, which is fantastic. And that doesn't even include the thousands of others that are in bigger litigation. So stoked about that, and that's what it's all about, leaving your mark that way. So I want to thank you all for following, liking, commenting, and sharing, continuing to grow this audience. Do not leave this karmic balance or debt. If you learned something from the show or put something in perspective for yourself that you can apply to your future success, please do share the show. Don't leave us that karmic debt. Visit all the websites, CuraConnector.com, WestLoopLaw.com, LegacyXToken.com, PFAS, InjuryAttorney.com. Please visit those websites in support of the show. Glad to bring this episode to you on a Saturday, and I'll look forward to bringing you another episode very, very soon as we celebrate 3 years on a consistent basis, getting you this podcast every week. And so after I get back from North Carolina, we'll bring you another episode very, very soon.